Hello, right, I've just had a letter and it's from Parking Charge Notice. I'll show it you here. I don't know whether you can see that very well. Let's have a look. There we go. Parking Charge Notices, and it says that I was parked at the Botanical Gardens in Birmingham between 7 and 10:15 at night, and it's a 1 hour maximum apparently, and the amount of £100 must be paid within 28 days of the date issued above. I don't think so. Yes, I've put my dressing gown on for this because I think this is an appropriate dressing gown video. The facts of it were that I was actually being employed to work at the Botanical Gardens for that, what do you call it, that I did the other day, photographing the Royal College of General Practitioners awards evening. And to be honest with you, this kind of feels a little bit sort of scammy, you know. Not scabby, scammy. In fact, where's the envelope? Let's have a look at the envelope as well. So the envelope is London, NW9. It's a franking machine type thing as well. So it's all very official. Right, so what I'm going to do... Oh, my phone's ringing. Oh, I'm going to let that go to Answerphone. Ring, ring. I'll catch up with them afterwards. I can hear the Answerphone going now as well. Blah, 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 blah. I'll probably cut this bit out of the video. Anyway, while that's going on, it's giving me details of how to pay. Payment can be made online with a debit or credit card at www.ce-service.co.uk or by post. I can send a cheque made payable to Civil Enforcements Limited, which is in Liverpool, L23PF, or I can phone them up 0115 822 5020, which is what we're going to do. 0115 822 5020. Right, let's give them a call. Let's put on loudspeaker.
Welcome to the 24-hour Civil Enforcement Payment Line. Please enter your 10-digit parking charge notice number.
Oh, here it is. Dee-dee-dee-dee. And?
Please listen carefully to the following 3 options. Press 1 if you wish to pay your parking charge notice.
No.
Press 2 if a bailiff is at your property to collect payment of an unpaid parking charge ticket. Press 3 for appeals.
Ooh, 3 for appeals. So 1 for paying, 2 for... Oh, there's a bailiff on the doorstep.
Welcome to Civil Enforcement Limited, Horton House, Exchange Flags, Liverpool, L2 3PF. If you wish to speak to an operator, please press 1. Alternative...
Of course you want to speak to an operator. Oh, I did videos for these guys not long ago.
We are sorry, all of our operators are busy on other calls. To ensure that your inquiry is dealt with as soon as possible, please leave your name, vehicle registration and contact telephone number after the tone, and a member of staff will contact you within 24 hours.
Is that it? Right, I'll have to phone them back again. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to get through. Redial. Oh, it's got all the extra stuff. See if it works. Failure to pay the amount due within...
reference you entered was invalid.
Please enter your 10-digit parking charge.
Oh, and a budgie. we're going to get anything this time.
The parking charge reference you entered was invalid.
Please enter your 10-digit parking charge notice number. Please listen carefully to the following 3 options. Press 1.
Yeah, 3.
Appeal should be made in writing to Civil Enforcement Limited, Horton House, Exchange Flat.
No, I want to speak to somebody.
L2 3PS. If you wish to speak to an operator, please press 1.
Got this on in the car at the minute. It's a kind of magic.
We are sorry, all of our operators are busy on other calls. To ensure that your inquiry is dealt with as soon as possible,
I tell you what, I'll leave a message, ask them to call me back.
For registration and contact telephone number after the tone, and a member of staff will contact you within 24 hours.
Right, well, I'll just have to wait for them to call me back then. Seems as they're operators, I'm sure. Look at this, they even give you a pay slip. It's like, oh, I'm you know, let's have a proper look at this then. So I'm going to, I don't know, now I can't spin the camera around without stopping the video. But yeah, I was actually working at the Botanical Gardens doing something there, and they've got the audacity to try and enforce a parking charge onto me. I mean, I could leave it. I could just leave it as it is and see what happens next, or see if they just can't be bothered. I'm going to have a read the small print. Oh, it says something about DVLA, yeah? Please detach the payment slip and return it with your payment. No. Should you write... What? Should you write the PCN number on the reverse of your cheque? No, sorry. You should write the PCN number on the back of your cheque. The reasonable cause of obtaining your details from the DVLA is to enable collection of fees. So the DVLA have given this parking company my details to try and get £100 reduced amount if paid within 14 days, £60. Ooh, I don't think so. Anyway, we'll have to see what happens. The amount of £100 must be paid. I wonder if it says the word ACT anywhere. Independent Appeals Service, Land Appeals, Poplar. I've heard that name before, that rings a bell. I'll have to scan this and send it to my old mate Daniel Bostock. Yeah, right, so I'm going to do another video shortly, and, well, I'll wait for them to call me back, and hopefully, well, I'll keep my iPhone with me, I'll put it on charge and make sure that I can video or at least audio record the conversation. Right, game on. Right then, so I've just been onto YouTube, and it turns out that there's quite a few examples of exactly the same company. This video in brief is a guy's parked outside a supermarket. It's a free car park, there's no meters anywhere, there's no way of being able to pay for anything. And he's been slapped with exactly the same £150, no, actually mine's 100 or 60 if reduced, his is 150 or 75 if it's reduced, and he's also pointed some things out as well. It's like, check out the scales, the official scales of doom. Maybe I should send them a letter and I should use exactly the same clip art, because that's all it is at the end of the day. It's a clip art, yay! Or I could send them Clippy off Microsoft Word with a frown on his face. Right, so what I'm going to do, hang on, excuse me, hay fever. What I'm going to do is I'm going to phone the Botanical Gardens 01214541860, and I'm going to see what they've got to say.
afternoon, Botanical Gardens.
Hello there. I wonder if you can help me. I've had a parking fine from your car park and I wanted to double check that it's legitimate firstly, please. Who do I speak to?
Well, you don't speak to anybody here because it's nothing to do with us. What you have to do is to write a letter to the civil enforcement company that's issued it.
Oh, so you do recognise that that's the right company?
Yeah, Civil Enforcement Limited, I think it is. That's right. They're the ones who run the thing for us.
And they run it for you because you get lots of people parking on it because it's a free car park.
That's right. Yes.
What does that take into consideration when said person was actually working at the Botanical Gardens for the duration of their stay?
Well, that's right, because if anybody comes to work here, we tell them to put their registration number in.
In what?
It's in the reception area. There's a machine that you have to put your registration number in.
Right, well I didn't see anything like that when I was there.
Well, it's been there for over a year.
Well, there was nobody manning reception when I was there. I'm there quite frequently, and I had to let myself in to the conference that I was in. There was nobody in reception.
What, the reception at the gardens or at the conference side?
The main reception where the canopy is under the opening doors that goes into the reception area, which has got a big piece of wood, artistic log wood.
Well, somebody down there should have told you, because you come through to the gardens, the reception at the gardens.
Right, can I have the number for the yeah, have you got a reception number for the main reception?
Not for the conference side.
Please.
Yeah. It's 456.
456.
2244.
2244.
Yeah.
That's great. Right, thank you very much then.
That's okay, you're welcome. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Right, let's call you the number then. 0121 456 2244. I'm quite enjoying this. I haven't been waiting for something like this, but it's. I'm glad it's happened actually because I get to play. Calling from your bank, sir. Phone jacker, face checker. Hello there. I wonder if you could help. I wanted to speak to somebody regarding a parking fine that I've had from your car park. I've just called the number 4541860 and they told me that that was the reception for the gardens area, but I needed to speak to somebody at the main reception.
Right, it's when the car park and charges have to be dealt with by the actual car charging company.
Who is that?
There should be a contact number on the letter you've received.
So you are affiliated with a company that deal with the car park?
We are the caterers here, but it's the actual Botanical Gardens who installed the car parking facility, and it's dealt with by a car parking company, which is the name on the letters.
Can you explain the procedure then when somebody comes to the Botanical Gardens, what they should do?
Well, did you come here for an event?
I did.
Then who was the event with?
It was with the Royal College of General Practitioners.
Right, the organiser of that event should have let all the guests aware that they have to put the parking in.
There was nobody in reception when I came. All there was I come to the Botanical Gardens regularly. And when I came through the main reception doors, it was empty, and I had to just let myself into the two main function rooms. And I actually ended up going to the theatre hall for about nearly half an hour. And it turned out that that wasn't even the conference that I was supposed to be at. So I then went into the other room, which has got the smaller stage, and that was where I was actually to be based. Now, did you say that there's what happens in reception when somebody comes then?
It's the organisers are at reception. They should be there to greet the guests.
Nope, nobody. So what happens now?
You'd have to contact the car parking company.
So you employ them to cover the car park, and then you sort of wash your hands of any responsibility when it's a fault on your part for not manning reception.
We employ who?
What's the name of the company that you've got for the parking tickets?
It's not us. It's where that we do the where Ampersand Catering. It's actually Botanical Gardens who employed the company, not Ampersand Catering.
Right, so I've just been given your number from the 01214541860 number, and they told me that I would be put through to the main Botanical Gardens reception. Is that wrong then?
Yes, this is Ampersand Catering reception.
Have you got a number for the Botanical Gardens, please? The actual main reception.
Bear with me, I'll have to check on the website.
Well, I can do that now, and it's coming back as the number that I called first.
It's definitely not Ampersand Catering. It will be the Botanical Gardens because it's the Botanical Gardens who introduced the parking facility. So as you come into the main reception,
Yeah.
the free parking machine is right in front of you, plus the massive screen.
Well, there was nothing running. There was no screen running.
Yeah, it says free parking as you. It's right in the foyer. As you walk in on the left, it's in front of you with free parking.
Yeah, but when I went into reception and there's nobody there, then I just go straight to the conference room that I know that I'm supposed to be at.
But
There's nobody there to instruct or inform or point out or stop me and go, oh, excuse me, sir, you need to put your registration details or whatever are the details into a machine.
there is signs all around the car park
Right.
that all.
So the very fact that I was actually a member of one of the conferences for the duration of the stay does not do anything to remove this charge.
Like I said, you'd have to contact the number on the actual letter you've received.
Right, well, the first port of call is I'm going to call back 01214541860 and I'm going to ask to be put straight through to the main reception, unless you can put me through to them.
No, I can't from here, sorry. It's a separate line.
Okay, well, thanks for your help then.
I'm sorry about that.
Cheers then.
Bye.
Bye. Right, 01214541860. Put a slightly different voice on this time, I think. Maybe they know it's me.
Thank you for calling the Birmingham Botanical Gardens and Glasshouses. I am sorry we are unable to answer the telephone at the moment,
Yeah.
but please choose from the following options.
Options.
One,
We like
for
options.
open times and general information. 2, for events, or leave your message after the tone, and our reception team will return your call.
Right, 141 01214541860. Go. See if they answer straight away. Bit annoyed about this because I like this venue. I shoot a lot of weddings.
Afternoon, Botanical Garden.
Hello there. Could you put me through to main reception, please, or the Botanical Gardens manager?
We haven't got a manager at the moment. You are at the reception area here.
Okay, was it you that I was talking to about a parking fine about 10 minutes ago?
Possibly.
Right, okay. You gave me a number and it put me through to catering.
Yes.
But I wanted to speak to the main reception and you've just told me that you are the main reception.
The main reception for the gardens, but we're not the reception for the conference side.
Right, so...
We're two separate companies.
Right, so... Which one is the one under the canopy main entrance doors? Is that you?
That's Ampersand. That's the catering side, the conference side.
Right, so what would catering have to do with a car park?
Well, they've got to be... If you were working for them, were you the gentleman who said you were working?
Yes, I was.
Were you working for them, for the Ampersand next door?
Nope, I was working for the people that were doing the conference.
You were working for the people doing the conference?
Yes.
And who were the people who were doing the conference? Was it?
It was the Royal College of General Practitioners.
Oh, right.
That's what I told you earlier.
No, you didn't tell me that bit. No, but you've still got to do the same thing. You've still got to explain the circumstances and send a letter to the civil enforcement company.
Right, so when can I speak to the actual Botanical Gardens manager, please?
No, there's nobody here, I'm sorry, at the moment.
No, I mean, when are they back?
James Wheeler will be in tomorrow.
James...
He's the CEO.
What's his name?
James Wheeler.
James Wheeler. And what's his time tomorrow?
Sorry, what's his?
What time will he be starting?
Presumably 10 o'clock.
Right, and I can get him on this number, can I?
Well, hopefully. I don't know when he will speak to you because he will tell you exactly the same thing, that you will have to write a letter to the civil enforcement company and actually explain the circumstances.
Right, okay, that's great.
I'm sorry.
What was your name, sorry?
It's Maureen.
Maureen. Okay, well, thanks for your help then.
Okay, then, all right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
The plot thickens. Right, this is quite interesting. This is about the same company as well, and this is Watchdog. So, here we go.
Thanks, Anita. So, if the cameras aren't working properly, where does that leave all the other penalty charges that Met Parking have issued to McDonald customers? With me now is Tim Carey, a solicitor specialising in traffic law. Tim, not many people have trackers in their cars.
No, that's right.
So, irrespective of whether the cameras are working or not, what view do you take on these penalty charges?
Well, frankly, I'm surprised at the volume of these penalty charges that are being issued. People don't have to deal with them. People don't have to answer them because they're not. It's not a criminal offence not to answer these. If you get something from the police, you have to answer it, but not from a parking company.
Okay, but people are worried about being taken to court. What are their chances if they're taken to court?
It's up to the parking company to prove the driver, and they have to sue the driver, not the owner, not the registered keeper. They have to sue the driver, and they have to prove that the driver was in breach of some contractual term.
Will they do that?
Well, I don't know of any cases where they've done it.
Okay.
I would think it'd be incredibly difficult for them to mount a case before a county court.
And the other worry when debt collectors get involved, that people's credit rating is going to be marked down.
Nah.
Complete nonsense, nonsense. The only way you're going to have your credit rating damaged is if there's a county court judgment against you which is registered.
So I mean, when people get this, it does actually look like an official penalty charge,
Oh, it looks-
doesn't it?
looks-
The
Same
yellow
company,
and the-
different paper.
That's very impressive.
What should they do if they get one
Well,
of these?
if my mum got one,
Yeah,
I would tell my mum to take it
yeah,
and to make one of these with it.
yeah.
And once she's made one of these with it, I would suggest she sees how good it is by doing that with it.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Well... Is that my Airfix paper aeroplane? I might just go down the Daniel Bostock route with this one actually, and see how much fun I can have. Sorry if the camera angle's not very good. I've actually got it pointing so that I could watch the screen. I can't see myself at the moment on there. It's probably a saving grace for me for a minute or two. Oh, I am scared of these little weighing scales that are there as well. Oh, look, they're all official. Oh, no. Parking charge notice. Creating balance and harmony in the community. Right. What to do? Let's have a look. I'll pick up shortly. I'm going to have a look and see what else I find. Right then, so another point was raised. The DVLA apparently make, well, in excess of £10.4 million, I think I just read on here, on the Google. So, selling information, I'm going to give them a call, and I'm going to ask them for their opinions on selling driver information to these companies. Because frankly, I think that if they have done, which they have done, then it's the parking company's hard cheese for buying it, because they ain't getting a penny out of me. I'll tell you that now. Right then. DVLA. 0300 790 6801.
Thank you for calling DVLA. To help us connect you to the correct department for your inquiry, please listen to all options before choosing. You now have 8 options. For car tax, including changes such as disabled and LPG, not taxing your vehicle, replacing or changing your address on your logbook, other inquiry about your vehicle, please press 1. To tell us about a medical condition or for information on a medical inquiry, press 2. For all driving license inquiries, including points, endorsements, replacing or changing address on your license,
That's a different
press
story.
3. If you
Not
have
today,
used
though.
or are using our online driving license service and need assistance, press 4. For information on digital tachographs, press 5. To book a theory, practical or CBT test, press 6. To purchase one of DVLA's personalised registration numbers,
I'm going to say
press
key
7.
rings then.
If you have used or are using the personalised registration numbers online service and need assistance, press 8. You will need to choose an option to continue. If you would like them repeated, please press 9. Thank you for calling DVLA.
Probably option
To
1.
help us connect you to the correct department for your inquiry,
Thing is
please
though,
listen
they
to all options before choosing.
choose options and then they just give you
Now
an
have 8
address.
options. For car tax, including changes such as disabled and LPG, not taxing your vehicle, replacing or changing your address on your logbook.
Let's go with that.
We apologise, but due to high demand in our vehicle section, all lines are busy and we are unable to take your call at the moment.
Well, there you go. They're too busy to be bothered anyway. I'll have a look into that online, see what's being done and what's being said about the DVLA doing the heinous crime of selling everybody's information so that these thugs can try and chase people up for unwarranted fees. So, we'll see. Hello, John speaking.
Hi, I'm calling from civil enforcement regarding a parking charge notice.
Right, yes, thanks for calling me back.
Okay.
What do you want from me?
Nothing, I have all the information here.
Right.
How can I help?
Well, I think it's unfair, so I just wanted to call and talk about it with you and find out what the procedures are.
Okay. So, obviously it's a maximum of 1 hour free parking in the Botanical Gardens.
Right.
15 minutes. There's a procedure in place inside of the Botanical Gardens where you enter your vehicle registration and it gives you more parking than just the 1 hour.
Right.
So that is the procedure in place there. If you want to dispute the charge or appeal it, you can do so via writing or email.
Right. Well, firstly, I was actually working at the Botanical Gardens, and when I went through their main reception, there was nobody there, and I went straight through the double doors into the conservatory, and then into the conference that I was working at.
You were working there?
I was working there.
Okay, so they also have a database in which they register employees' vehicle registrations on.
Right, but that's been bypassed because nobody was in reception to tell me that I had to put my registration anywhere. Do you believe me?
Yeah, as I said, if you want to dispute the charge, you need to do so in writing.
Well, I'm not writing to you.
Right, email or writing.
Well, no. I mean, I'd like to talk about it on the phone, but I'm not going to.
You can't. You called up and you said to me that you want advice and you need to know what the procedure is. I'm telling you what the procedure is, and you're still telling me no.
Well, I've just been.
You need to write in or send an email.
Right. Okay. Have you heard of somebody called Daniel Bostock?
No.
He does YouTube videos and everything, and he's put a clip up on YouTube from Watchdog, actually, on the BBC. And they've got a small clip of some guy on there that's discussing civil enforcement's parking ticket processes. And he suggests that I should actually just make a paper aeroplane out of the paper. And also, can you tell me what the scale symbol is in the top corner of the paper, please?
If you would like scales of justice, as you know yourself, as I said, if you want to write in, you're more than welcome to do so. If you want to request any information, you can do so in writing as well.
And if ignored, how soon will I have bailiffs at the door?
You can request that information in writing. There's an advice and payment line. I can only advise you on what to do.
So, yeah, but I just said, what if I just ignore it? There's a contradiction of terms there. Cause, well, if I ignore it, then eventually, hopefully, I'll have bailiffs at the door.
can request that in writing. I don't know when that will take place,
But when it's quite a prominent section of your company, because when I phoned in, the option 1 was to pay by direct debit, and the second option was, have I got bailiffs at the door? And then the third option was for all other, or something. So the bailiff section of the business is quite a prominent thing. So I'm sure you can actually discuss that on the phone.
no, if you want to select that option on the phone, you're more than welcome to do so.
What, bailiffs?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Does that get me back through to the same people? Do you just have a different number attached to different types of customer services calls? So somebody on one desk is dealing with all the ones that people pressed option 1, and somebody else is dealing with all the ones that say bailiff at the door, for example. Is that how it works?
As I said, if you want to dispute the charge, you can do so in writing. I will continue to say that.
Right, is that your disclaimer?
Is that my what, sorry?
Disclaimer.
What's that?
Your disclaimer would be that you'll stick to a particular statement and refute all of the answers requested thereof.
If you would like any of your questions answered, you can request those in writing. Obviously, as an advice and payment line operator, I only have a certain amount of information, and any other information can be requested in writing.
But they don't give you all the information when you're the person that calls people back to dispute. They just say... So effectively, they're employing you to call people back and say, write to us.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Right, oh, can I take your name?
Yeah, sure. My name's Emily.
Emily, that's great. And is there a... Well, I suppose the service log to this one is the PCN number, I suppose.
Yeah, there will be, yeah.
Great. Right, well, I'll call back and do the bailiffs at the door thing then and see where it goes.
All right, then.
Speak to you in a minute.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. So, I'll tell you what, let's do it straight away. Let's get back on the phone to them. Where are we? Oh, where's it gone? Oh, there it is, 115 822 5020. Let's see what they've got to say. I'll probably end up speaking to Emily again. God, this is fun.
To the 24-hour civil enforcement.
24 hours, that important.
Please enter your 10-digit parking charge notice number.
D. This is fun.
Please listen carefully to the following 3 options. Press 1 if you wish to pay your parking charge notice.
No.
Press 2 if a bailiff is at your property to collect payment.
Blip.
As the bailiff is now at your premises, you need to make direct payment to him. The bailiff will have full details of the amounts due and copies of all relevant correspondence.
Scary.
We are unable to help you further at this time.
Please listen carefully to the following 3 options. Press 1 if you wish to pay your parking charge notice. Press 2 if a bailiff...
Tell you what, let's see what he does.
The outstanding amount due is £60.
Pounds, what?
Press 1 for Visa or MasterCard. Press 2 for Solo or Electron. Press 3 for Switch. Press 4 for American Express.
Switch doesn't exist anymore.
Please either enter the start date or issue number as shown on your card.
I wonder if I don't do anything and it puts me through to Emily.
I'm sorry, I did not detect
there.
Please either enter the start date or issue number as shown on your card.
Switch doesn't exist.
I'm sorry, I did not detect a response. Please either enter the start date or issue number as shown on your card.
Round and round the gardens, botanical gardens.
I'm sorry, I did not detect a response. Please either enter the start date or issue number as shown on...
One more time. There appears to be a fault.
I'm sorry, I did not detect a response. Please either...
Dear. There's a bailiff at the door. You must pay him now. No. Right. I might just ignore it, actually. No, I'm going to do the letter thing. Let's have a look, see what goes on with the letter. Right, I'll write him a letter. I'm going to put a bigger scales in the corner of mine. Whipping a smaller scales. Yeah. Let's take their scales and put a picture of my bigger scales whipping their scales. Yeah, I'm just going to take the piss. Right, and so getting ready to write this letter back to them, and I thought I'd start off with the scales icon that they've had in the corner. So I've just been on the Google, and I've immediately found that their scales is a clip art. There's the scan of the letter that I've just done for them. Let me just make sure that I can see what I'm doing. Right, there we go. So that one is their one, and that is a nice fresh clip art that I've got off the Google. I was going to put where is it? Oh, hang on a sec. I was going to put a bathroom scales on there as well, or instead, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to squash this down, and then I'm going to put a foot. There was a nice foot up here somewhere, crushing their scales. There we go. That one's got a slightly longer ankle, but will we see a big enough foot? Ah, yeah, that will do, I reckon. Let's see what happens. So that's what we've ended up with as a clip art. I'm just going to chop it into size and then use it as the letterhead. Okay, so I've blanked a few areas off because obviously I don't want all my details being given to everybody online, but there's my logo, which is a picture of a clip art of a foot crushing the exact clip art of the scales that they've used. And then I've written off to Civil Enforcement House. The rest of their thing is actually all over this bit, but I've actually just made it white so that you can't read it all, because I don't want all the details going everywhere. And then the letter I've put, Dear Sir, Madam, thank you for writing to me regarding the matter of a parking fine in relation to a stay at the Botanical Gardens in Birmingham, in relation to obtaining my driver data from the DVLA. As you were aware, I parked my car between 1901 and 2216, upon which time I left. Your letter mentions that you have photographic proof of my stay. Please can you send me a copy, as I would like to see it. Also, I spoke to Emily in your office, and she advised me that the fine must be paid within 28 days of the issue of this letter I have received from you, copy enclosed. I mark this date as the 16th of June 2014, when payment from me will rise from the reduced £60 to the originally indicated £100. I feel that I do not wish to pay this fee because it seems unfair. I await your reply. Regards, Jonathan Dow. So that's the letter's going to get sent off today, and I'll put a copy of their letter in there as well, and we'll just have to see what happens.